guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to the Casual Puzzler, to another around the world video. We are still in the UK and today we are going to do Gibsons. I have already done Falcon and I'll leave that one down below along with my playlist for all the around the world puzzle videos. So if you're new to the channel or new to the series, I am just trying different puzzle brands from all over, and so today we are featuring Gibsons. So the puzzle I have is Wonderful World, and this was heavily influenced by Karen Puzzles. She has done this one on her channel. I'll leave her video of it down below if I can find it. But this is the puzzle on the back. Here it is. It's very busy, and this is probably the reason why I've avoided doing this puzzle for such a long time. So you can find Gibsons in a few different areas. I purchased mine on Odyssey Find Puzzles website while they were still around. I have also seen them on Amazon. I've seen them on a few other websites. I'll leave a few down below if you want to pick this one up specifically or if you just want to find the brand, but they're pretty easily accessible here in the US. Before we get into all the nitty-gritty about the brand and the prices and all that such, I'm going to show you my footage of me doing this puzzle, and then we'll come back and I'll just share some information about the brand, my experience, and my thoughts. So let's just get into it.
Here is the box for the Gibson Wonderful World puzzle. Very traditional puzzle box. The full image is not on the front, but it is on the back in a smaller version. So here's the back of the box, again, full image, and then it does have some traditional puzzle information, a little bit about the brand. There's a section about how they're trying to be a little bit more eco-conscious, which we'll get into a little bit later, and it is sold in a few different countries with different languages, so some translations on the back. There is no cellophane on the box, but there are these stickers, which I wasn't a fan of because it did end up ruining the box in the end. And then here is the inside of the box. There's just the puzzle bag of pieces. They do have this little brochure with a whole bunch of different images, and there's a lot of options that they sell. And then they do have this small paper of the whole image. The puzzle bag is not a Ziploc, it is just, almost looks like a cereal bag, but it holds the pieces, and then the pieces themselves are really nice. They're nice thickness, they're extremely bright in color. That is the first thing I noticed, was how bright they were. They are traditional piece shapes, and they are just a traditional size. I didn't do much of a sort just because everything's kind of chaotic, so I took out the edge pieces and then all the things that have words on it, whether that was in the ocean or the country names or the little banner. But as you can see, here is the full image, and I feel like the paper is way too small for how intricate the puzzle is, so I feel like it could have used a bigger image to work from. So after the border was done, I pretty much just did the words and put them in their relative spot. It was fun because it was kind of like a geography test as well as doing a puzzle. I really wasn't working from the image at this point. I was just like kind of figuring out where they were. There really weren't any large areas that I could do all at once. Like I couldn't pull out like 30 pieces of one section because it was just kind of crazy. So instead I would just pull out 20 to 30 pieces at a time and just put them where they went, or roughly where they went. And that was pretty much my strategy the whole entire time. I suppose I could have done like all ocean and then all land. I could have separated them that way, but I feel like each piece was pretty unique. So as I was taking out 20 to 30 pieces, it was very rare that I would have a piece left over because I couldn't find where its spot was, or at least relatively where its spot was, which was kind of cool because then it actually took me a lot less time than I was expecting. I was expecting to be really challenged and couldn't find where pieces went, but since everything had its place, it was actually quite quick. This did, however, make the puzzle just look kind of crazy and chaotic as I went. Like even as I was like 75% done with the puzzle, it just kind of looked crazy until I found like pieces that locked sections together. So this is pretty much how it looked throughout the whole entire time. It was just kind of wild, and it looks like I'm not making progress, but I was. And once I got to this point, which I would say I'm like 80% done, you can definitely tell it's coming together, and it was actually really quick from this point on to just find where the piece went. I'll just take out, again, 20 to 30 pieces. That was my strategy the whole entire time, and it ended up working out really well.
Alright, I am back, and I will have to say, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I was dragging my feet before doing this puzzle. I waited months before I actually bit the bullet and did it. And so it was something that I was dreading on doing, but I went into it as if I had done the White Mountain 1980s puzzle, because that was very similar feels. It's just a lot happening. There's really not one dedicated area that you can be focusing on. So I ended up just really focusing on the words, and then just really picking up 20 pieces and putting it in its relative space. It was actually kind of fun because it was a geography test as well as just doing the puzzle. I used the box quite a bit for some areas that I wasn't familiar with, but it was just fun as an experience. It really didn't take me all that long. I want to say it took me maybe 6 hours for me to do the whole thing. I did it in one evening, and it really was a nice experience. It just isn't something I normally do. So it's nice to actually branch out of my comfort zone to do this style of image, because it did turn out really fun in the end to just look at and see the different areas and the different landmarks and what they chose for that region. It was just really fun. It's right here next to me. So I actually really did enjoy it. As far as quality goes, the pieces are super bright and colorful. They're on the smidge of too shiny for me, but it's not crazy. But I could see it being just kind of annoying if you had overhead lighting, which I did notice it kind of made it a little bit trickier. So it does have a little bit of shine. The puzzle piece though is super thick. I had maybe 5 instances where it had some false fits, but nothing dramatic. It wasn't annoying at all, but I did notice that when I was doing the puzzle. There was a few times where there could have been some false fits, but it wasn't going to, it's not going to deter me from purchasing more from the brand. But this one, I definitely recommend. And I want to say I don't remember the price that I paid for this puzzle. It was so long ago. But I feel like it was very much like mid-range for pricing, if I can remember correctly. I want to say it was like $25. But I will leave them down below in case you want to just find them for yourself. But let me just go over a couple things that are on the back of the box that I just want to mention. So Gibsons is founded by Kate Gibson, and it's cool that it's a women-owned company, or at least women-founded company. The artist for this puzzle was Maria Rabinki. So it says they use the thickest puzzle board available, ensuring pieces lock firmly into place. They feature talented artists from around the world and use 100% recycled puzzle board. They were founded in 1919, and they have been a best-selling game and jigsaw puzzle for over a century. And they are proud to be a family business with a rich British heritage and believe strongly in the value of games and puzzles bringing people together. So that's kind of cool. I do like that it seems to be still like a family-owned business, which is cool. One thing that I want to point out on the box, which I think I'm just hyper aware of because I've done several papers and research projects on greenwashing or just tactics companies use to make it seem like they're more eco-friendly than they are. And not saying they aren't doing better than some brands, but I think it's something that they really don't need to put on their box to make us purchase it, if that makes sense. So it says they have like a kinder to the planet symbol over here, and it's because they have a no plastic shrink wrap. They use a smaller box and they're 100% recycled puzzle board. As far as it being a smaller box, I mean, this is a Gibson box compared to a Buffalo game box, and so they could even, that's almost double the size of what they could do if they really wanted to have a smaller box. And also they still use plastic in their box. So they may not have plastic wrap on top, but they still have a plastic bag for puzzle pieces. So if they really want to be kinder to the planet, is to not have the plastic at all. So they could either put them in a paper bag like some other brands are switching to. They could just put them in the box and it's already sealed anyway, so they might as well just seal the box and the puzzle pieces are in there, because the plastic bag that is holding the puzzle pieces you can't reuse. It's kind of like a cereal box plastic bag, so you're ripping it open and throwing it away versus maybe even having a Ziploc. Having a Ziploc bag would actually even be more eco-friendly because they are reusing that bag over and over with those puzzle pieces versus just opening it once and throwing it away. So that's my critique for them. So either maybe just don't put it on the box because I really feel like it's not doing you any favors, or 2, do better. And again, this is because for me, I am very hyper aware because of several school things I've done. I'm in marketing. I'm critiquing them because it's on the box. There are some puzzle brands that don't even do that and they're having plastic wrap and big boxes and all that such, but I just wanted to point that out there because I feel like it's not really, again, doing them any favors. But I do like the brand. I will purchase from the brand. That is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know the next country that I will be doing because I do need to go to actual Europe at this point because I've been doing like island hopping from like Iceland to Ireland to UK. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go north to like Norway or south to France or Spain. We'll figure it out, but you will see another around the world video probably in a couple of weeks, and I have other videos coming. I know I have a haul video coming, and I'm excited to be doing more for you. So thank you so much for joining in. If you have a puzzle brand that you think I would enjoy, please leave it down below, and I'll see you guys next time.